Behold the monarch in the golden glade, a masterpiece that time and nature made. From mountain peaks to ocean floor, the tapestry is woven evermore. Hear the sighing of the leaves, balance wavers on a fragile line, a sacred pulse and heritage divine. Protect the wild and keep the spirit free, a legacy for all the eyes to see. From the desert sands to the icy blue, the world is calling out to me and you. We are the guardians of the silent breath, defending life against the cold of death. Let every roar and every song remain to heal the scars and wash away the pain. Save the world, keep it green.
What are you so excited about?
We have just returned from the jungle safari. It was beautiful. Yes, before we entered the forest, we met RSO madam and she told us so many things about zoos.
नमस्कार, मी राधा विठ्ठल साखरे फॉरेस्ट गार्ड म्हणून इथे कार्यरत आहे. तर तुम्ही पर्यटक म्हणून ज्यावेळेस जंगलमध्ये जातात त्यावेळेस काही इंट्रोडक्शन मी सांगितलेलं तुम्ही पाळणे गरजेचं आहे. डूज आणि डोंट्स हे पण तुम्ही लक्षात घेणे गरजेचं आहे.
So, we are at the gate of Boar Wildlife Sanctuary. We know that Boar Wildlife Sanctuary is a dry deciduous forest. The teak and other trees start shedding leaves as soon as summer approaches, and visibility is much more better and we can see many more animals here.
So what are the other types of forests in India?
Okay, now I will name some common forests and you tell me where these are located in India. So first is coniferous forests. It is in the Himalayas. Okay. Next is evergreen forest. Wherever there is a heavy rainfall, so this will be in western Ghats or in the northeast picture.
Don't forget about the Andaman and Nicobar Island.
Mangrove forests, Sundarbans and wherever there is a river delta. And dry deciduous forests, most of the central and peninsular area wherever there are abundant teak trees.
A living roof of emerald green, where sunlight paints a dancing sea. Quiet realm where branches meet to shade the earth and soothe the street.
The canopy is the uppermost layer of the forest formed by the leaves and branches of tall trees. It absorbs most of the sunlight and it also faces the force of rainfall, and it also helps to restore the forest temperature. Many monkeys, insects and birds live in the canopy so that they can easily move from one branch to another. So, canopy is an important and active layer of forest ecosystem. Understory is also an important layer of vegetation that grows below the canopy trees in a forest.
The understory is adapted to the reduced light levels, but some trees may eventually grow into the canopy layer.
Humus is the dark soft organic matter which is formed when dead plants and animals decompose. It is formed when dead plants and animals decompose over time. जब फूल, पत्ते और छोटे प्लांट्स गिरकर सड़ते हैं तब वो धीरे धीरे ब्रेक डाउन होकर ह्यूमस बनाते हैं. ह्यूमस सॉइल को ज़्यादा फर्टाइल बनाता है because it adds nutrients to the plants which helps the plants grow. Humus plays an important role in keeping the forest soil healthy and productive. These are the good examples of meadows found in a jungle or a forest environment. A jungle meadow typically refers to an open grassy area within a jungle environment. These areas can be naturally occurring or created by human activities like logging and agriculture. They offer a unique habitat attracting different wildlife than the denser forest. Human activities such as deforestation can help to create such areas.
In the forest, we can see small areas near watering holes where there are very few plants and the ground is wet and muddy. Look at this patch. There are many hoof prints around it and the patch is wet and muddy. This is a mud wallow. Animals like sambar and wild boar roll in this mud when it is hot. It cools them down and also protects against the insects. Here you can see a sambar cooling off in this mud wallow.
Just like humans need salt and minerals, animals को भी salt and minerals की need होती है to stay healthy. Salt licks ये natural mineral rich spots होते हैं in forest where wild animals, especially herbivores, आते हैं to obtain essential nutrients like calcium, sodium and phosphorus. Animals lick or eat small amounts of soil to get these nutrients. और इस एनिमल के बिहेवियर को जियोफैगी कहा जाता है और यह एक इम्पॉर्टेंट रोल प्ले करता है in maintaining animal health and movement. Carnivorous animals don't need salt, but they came behind herbivores and you can see their pug marks here.
As you can see, these are the fire lines which are made so that if the forest fires happen sometimes, so they should not spread from one side to another side, and these fire lines are made by burning dry leaves along the road.
You know, some months back we had termites in our house. Then the pest control guys came and gave the complete treatment.
The same termites are useful in the forest.
That's true.
And don't forget about the black ants and red ants. Not only ants, even the spider helps to control the other insects and pests.
Termites, often called as white ants, ये small ants होती है जो anthills बनाती है and act as important decomposers in fern. They feed on dry wood and decaying plant material जो forest में naturally मिलता है. By breaking it down, ये nutrients जैसे nitrogen और carbon वापस soil में return करते हैं, which helps in growth of plant. Their activity also improves soil structure and reduce dry wood, जिससे forest fire के risk भी कम होते हैं. And due to all this, termites are important for forest ecosystem.
Have you ever seen those black ants walking in line or around an anthill? When they dig their underground homes, they make tunnels that let air and water pass through the soil, improving its quality and affecting the tiny climate around it. The anthill we see is just the entrance, while most of their nest is below the ground. They also kill other insects, including harmful pests, which helps farms and natural areas. The number of ants in a place can even show how healthy the environment is. While digging, they loosen the soil, break down dead organic matter and add nutrients. And some of them also carry seeds to new places, helping new plants grow. So these small black ants quietly play a big role in keeping the nature healthy and balanced.
Red river ants build their nest on trees using silk produced by their larvae to bind leaves together. They will therefore be seen only on trees with large leaves. These nests provide shelter for the ants and can also offer a small amount of protection to the trees they inhabit. They hunt and kill insects like caterpillars and grasshoppers, reducing the damage they cause to the leaves, thus improving the overall health of the forest. The weaver ants may also play a role in seed dispersal, helping the spread of certain plant species within the forest.
Spiderwebs are natural insect traps that help to regulate the populations of various pests. By trapping and eating the insects, they act as a natural pest control. They are much more than just insect traps. They are a sign of healthy, biodiverse environment. Globally, spiders consume between 400 and 800 million tons of insect prey annually, which significantly impacts insects population in the forest and agricultural ecosystem. By preying on pests such as flies, moths, beetles, and mosquitoes, web building spider acts as an effective biological control agent. The web also traps disease-carrying insects such as mosquitoes, indirectly helping to curb the spread of diseases. In turn, spiders are eaten by a wide variety of other animals, including birds, reptiles, and small mammals. Many different types of spider webs suggest a healthy ecosystem and less human disturbance.
This is the funnel spider. They make the web offer types of specialized function. If an enemy comes in their home, so they get a signal which their web content there,
and they get a signal and they come out and they kill their enemy and they eat it.
So the ants and spiders eat other insects, bears and ant eaters feed on ant, birds eat spider and other insects. In jungle, someone is always eating someone else.
And these are all an important part of the food chain. And at the top of the food chain is the tiger.
I read in a newspaper that a tiger who was from Bor met with an accident and died near Jamtha. This probably was not happen if there were jungle corridors.
25% of our country is covered by forest. Ideally, it should be 33%.
Look at the cars going fast on these highways. You can see the forest on both sides of these highways. You can also see space under the bridge which connects forest on either side. This is forest corridor, an underpass that offers safe passage to the animals. Many such corridors are needed for safe passage for animals.
A jungle corridor helps them to travel safely without entering human settlements, which reduces man-animal conflict. For example, elephants often use jungle corridors to migrate between habitats. If suppose jungle corridors are blocked, they may enter villages, which increases man-animal conflict and loss both people and wildlife. Therefore, protecting jungles are very important to maintain biodiversity and supporting animal migration.
These water holes are deep inside the jungle and only the wild animals will be seen here. But there are water holes and small streams near the periphery of the jungle or in the buffer zone which are very important. This is a stream in the buffer zone of Bor forest. It has pockets of water even in summer.
Water holes and grazing ground near the periphery of forest creates a meeting point for domestic and wild animals. When domestic animals come to drink the water or graze, they can come into contact with wild animals.
This contact can result in spread of many infectious diseases from domestic to wild animals. Some disease like foot and mouth disease can destroy whole herds of cheetal and sambar. To prevent this, the forest department spreads turmeric powder in the mud around these water holes, which act as a disinfectant. The government and some NGOs also vaccinate the domestic animals in villages around the jungle to prevent such incidences.
Domestic animals are usually not allowed in the forest.
The carnivorous can follow the herbivorous and may hunt domestic animals.
This encourages them to move towards villages, and जिससे villagers को भी problem हो सकती है. They can damage their houses. This increases the man-animal conflict and can lose both people and wildlife.
Many rivers have their origin in the forest of Western Ghats and Central India forest. Rivers which come from the Himalaya get water from the melting snow during the summer months. But those rivers which start from the forest will have water throughout the year only if the forests are intact. Even rivers from the Himalayas get water along the way from other rivers. Sun River from Amarkantak merges with the Ganga, and Ken River from forest of Katni merges with Yamuna. Kaveri, Tungabhadra, Krishna and Godavari have their origin in the forest of Western Ghats. Narmada, Tapti and Mahanandi originate in the forest of Central India. In addition to origin of large rivers, the forest also give rise streams and tributaries which ultimately feed the major rivers. The root of trees in natural forest of high biodiversity value along with the top layer of soil absorb moisture during rains and release water during non-rainy seasons. Our country is dependent on these rivers for irrigation and power, and it is absolutely necessary to preserve the forests supporting them. Conservation of forests and increase in forest cover wherever possible is therefore necessary for survival of mankind. देखो आपका ये वाला है, ये वाला।
It is a mud. Here isn't it? Find a mud random.
We have just returned from the jungle safari. It was beautiful.
Yes, बोलो.
बोलना है ये?
What are the other types of forests in India?
कौन नया है?
Yes, बोलो बोलना है ना आपको।
Okay. इसमें बहुत ज्यादा नमक है। क्या ढूंढो। गलत बोला दीदी ने।